If Terence Crawford moves up to fight Canelo, it's going to be a worse fight than fucking Charlo running around Canelo by murder against Crawford. That shit wouldn't happen. They have weight classes for it.
Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford are preparing for a highly anticipated showdown around the Cinco de Mayo weekend. However, for Crawford, the challenge goes beyond facing his formidable Mexican opponent. He also has to contend with the loud voices of his critics. While Crawford is no stranger to doubt, this time, the skepticism is stronger than ever, particularly with
Canelo. They want to see it.
Crawford cares about his life. And with that fight, what do that fight do for Canelo, fighting Crawford, and Crawford beats Canelo? What do that do for Canelo?
Skepticism surrounding Crawford is more intense than ever. Many boxing professionals are advising him not to risk his undefeated record, warning that stepping into the ring with Canelo could result in his first loss. Despite these concerns, Crawford is undeterred, determined to prove himself against the Mexican champion.
I think that there are so many other fights to make that's realistic and makes sense and less life risking on top of the risk that we risk stepping in there with guys our weight.
Roy Jones Jr., one of the most dominant boxers of his era, continues to be deeply involved with the careers of today's rising stars. Among them, Terence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez stand out as two of the best pound-for-pound fighters of this generation. The prospect of a potential clash between these two has sparked widespread excitement among boxing fans. Jones is eagerly following this potential mega fight.
Booth trying to take over and start beating the guys around him. He's the best of that group. Bud is in a group above him. Bud don't need to come back down to 47 to meet him. That's crazy.
Terence Crawford, a 4-division world champion, has expressed interest in taking on Canelo Alvarez, the reigning super middleweight king. However, the significant weight difference between the two presents a major challenge for the American fighter, creating doubt about.
Bud looking to try to make history and get out. Get his big bank and get out. His big bank is who? Canelo. He will take that gamble.
In an interview with Mill City Boxing, Roy Jones Jr. shared his thoughts on the hypothetical matchup between Crawford and Canelo. While praising Crawford's exceptional talent, Jones leans toward Canelo as the favorite due to his size advantage. Jones believes Crawford will face serious challenges in handling the weight difference, but emphasizes that if Crawford can overcome this, he has the skills to beat Canelo. Jones also highlighted Canelo's punching power as a key factor in determining the outcome of the fight.
If he beats him, he may go fight Benavidez next. If he don't beat him, he say, okay, I took it as high as I could go. I'm done.
That'd be crazy. That'd be crazy if he gets...
Jones explained that the true test for Crawford would come if he's hit by Canelo's power. We've never seen Crawford take such heavy punches, and it remains to be seen how he would react. Jones added that if Crawford can neutralize Canelo's power, he could disrupt the Mexican's strategy and possibly win. Otherwise, Crawford might struggle to cope with Canelo's physicality.
Big for Crawford, I'm not sure about that because Crawford does have punching power and shock, but I think Canelo's a little big. He showed tonight that he's pretty big, so I probably would rather see.
Recently, the International Boxing Federation interim champion, William Skull, likely a typo for a different boxer, was mentioned as a potential opponent for Canelo. However, Jones has also revisited his stance on the Crawford vs. Canelo fight. Initially, he believed that Crawford and David Benavidez could defeat Canelo, but he has since reconsidered. Jones acknowledged the difficulty of predicting the outcome, particularly with someone like Benavidez, who throws a lot of punches. He also highlighted that Canelo's willingness to take risks could be a deciding factor.
Charlo fight Crawford first, and then see how that goes. If he does good against Charlo with the weight, then let's see him come up and fight Canelo. Yes, but not right.
Jones discussed Canelo's cautious approach in recent years, saying that he doesn't think Canelo would risk a fight with Benavidez unless he can hurt him early. Benavidez, a two-time 168-pound champion, has been calling for a showdown with Alvarez for over 2 years. Meanwhile, Crawford has expressed a willingness to move up in weight for a chance to face the Mexican star, but Canelo remains skeptical about the value of such a victory to his legacy.
I want to see Crawford come up with some weight classes and show he's going to be dominant at 54. You understand?
That fight will go Crawford and
Crawford won a pound.
Roy Jones Jr. stated that if anyone can pull off an upset against Canelo, it's Crawford. Drawing from his own experience of moving up in weight to challenge for the heavyweight title in 2003, Jones emphasized Crawford's mindset and ambition. He believes Crawford's determination and skill could lead him to victory, making this a potential historic fight.
I can bet the house on is Bud, because me and him, we so much alike in our mentality. Like soon as I see this dude.
Jones, who frequently fluctuated between weight classes during his career, advised Canelo to remain at super middleweight, 168 pounds. He questioned Canelo's decision to move up to 175 pounds to face Dmitry Bivol, a fighter in his prime, after having previously defeated Sergey Kovalev. Jones suggested that Canelo should focus on dominating his own division rather than risking another loss.
We so much alike in our mentality. Like soon as I see this dude, he come in the room or I come in the room, we start arguing about basketball.
Terence Crawford has had his sights set on Canelo Alvarez ever since his career-defining victory over Errol Spence Jr. last year. Although Canelo initially dismissed the fight, he recently hinted that he might consider defending his titles against Crawford if the financial incentives were sufficient. Andre Ward, speaking on the All the Smoke podcast, stated that Crawford would be a serious challenge for Canelo, adding that he is one of the most skilled fighters in boxing today.
Wrestling, anything, bro. Like, man, you can't, man, you looking small. What you mean I'm looking small? You looking small. Like, it's just that, like, you gotta really hurt that dude.
Ward expressed confidence in Crawford's ability to compete with Canelo, despite the significant weight difference. He praised Crawford's skill and mindset, saying that his determination and intelligence in the ring would make him a tough opponent for the larger Alvarez. Ward likened Crawford's mentality to his own, saying that he wouldn't bet against him in any fight.
Like I said, I've been saying this, I don't think size win fights, I think skills do. So yeah, I think like being a southpaw with good movement and sharp boxing, it'd be hard for Canelo with that high guard to walk him down and load up on them big hooks. I think Bud would be Canelo.
Shakur Stevenson, a former world champion and Crawford's close confidant, expressed his belief that Crawford would defeat Canelo if they met in the ring. Stevenson argued that Crawford's skills, movement, and fundamentals would allow him to avoid Canelo's powerful punches and outbox him over the course of the fight.
Who knows? That smile's telling me something else, bro. I think it might be on the line, no? I'm just saying, man, we can't say it's not gonna happen. We can't say that.
When discussing Crawford's potential next move, Stevenson reiterated that Crawford is currently in control of the boxing scene. He argued that Crawford's skills would give him the edge against Canelo, believing that size does not dictate the outcome of a fight, skills do. The potential showdown between Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford is one of the most anticipated matchups in boxing. Trainer Robert Garcia discussed Canelo's advantage over Crawford but also noted that Crawford's situation is complicated. Garcia suggested that if Crawford does not get the Canelo fight soon, he might retire, but if the fight happens, it could be an exciting...
The way Crawford is doing it is because he knows it's the biggest payday in his life, and he'll never, maybe what he could get against Canelo, he's never made in all his fights combined.
Garcia stated that Crawford has accomplished everything he set out to do and no longer needs to fight for validation. However, if the right financial incentive arises, Crawford might return to the ring for a shot at Canelo. Garcia emphasized that Crawford is financially secure, and the Canelo fight would be the only reason for him to keep fighting.
So of course, why would he call up Benavidez when he's calling out Canelo knowing that he's going to make double the money?
Because he wants to fight at 68, that's why.
So that's why, Eddie.
Garcia believes that Crawford, having already secured his legacy, might retire if he doesn't get a big fight like Canelo. Crawford's investment strategy has given him financial security, so he no longer needs to fight for money. The only thing that might bring him back would be the chance to fight Canelo and end his career on a high note.
Why? You know why. He wants to make the biggest fucking payday.
Does he have a chance in the fight?
Everybody has a chance, but I think he'll put up some good rounds. I think he loses to Canelo, but he'll put up good rounds. Better than Charlo did.
For Robert Garcia, Crawford no longer needs to seek another fight. Given his outstanding career and unbeaten record, he has nothing left to prove. He's already accomplished it, Garcia explained. I don't see him fighting just to satisfy fans who say he needs to face this or that opponent.
Garcia also opined that Crawford could hold his own against Canelo for several rounds, making it a competitive fight. However, he believes Canelo's size and strength would eventually take over. The first 6 to 8 rounds could be close, but Garcia expects Canelo's physicality to prove decisive in the end.
Crawford, Canelo.
He'll fight. He'll probably get stopped and get knocked out, but he'll put up some good rounds. Yeah, but he'll.
The potential Canelo-Crawford fight remains a dream for many, but several factors need to be ironed out. Despite challenges in negotiating the purse, Tim Bradley believes that only Crawford can stop his own momentum. With Crawford's momentum, the only real obstacle to this fight is whether Crawford himself chooses to pursue it.
One of the smartest guys that I've ever seen in the ring, right up there with Floyd Mayweather. So yeah, I would pick Terence Crawford to beat a Canelo Alvarez, even at 168.
I believe the only person who can beat Crawford is himself, Bradley recently told Fight Hype. He praised Crawford for his athleticism, defense, and skill set, emphasizing that while Canelo is a deserving champion, Crawford's skills give him the upper hand. Bradley acknowledged the danger of facing Canelo, given his punching power, but believes Crawford's mobility and defensive tactics will allow him to avoid the big shots and outbox the Mexican star. Bradley pointed to Floyd Mayweather's victory over Canelo in 2013 as a reference, believing Crawford could replicate that success by using his intellect and strategy.
A secret I don't know, and I ain't gonna tell you why I would pick Terence Crawford, but it's part of the secret, is the reason why I'm picking him to win the fight. So,
is it like a skill set? Is it like a preparation thing, or
no?
Bradley further praised Crawford, comparing him to Floyd Mayweather Jr. in terms of ring intelligence. "He's one of the smartest guys I've ever seen in the ring," Bradley said. He expressed confidence that Crawford could beat Canelo, even at 168 pounds, despite Crawford never fighting above 147 pounds. Bradley noted that Crawford might face challenges moving up in weight, but he also acknowledged that fans would love to see him test himself against top contenders at 160 and 168 pounds.
Just gonna put it like this. If the fight was to happen, you will see.
Yeah. Because a lot of people think Terence can compete.
Still, Bradley questioned Crawford's true intentions, suggesting that some fans view him as chasing a payday with Canelo, rather than seeking to prove himself. Bradley continued, saying that if Crawford were genuinely interested in testing himself, he would have faced other super middleweight contenders like David Benavidez or David Morrell before taking on Canelo. He also hinted at a secret reason why he believes Crawford would win the fight, but didn't elaborate further. Despite questioning Crawford's motivations, Bradley still believed the fighter's
just Canelo, because he's been hit by bigger guys. He's not gonna, I don't want to say show him respect, but he's gonna be able to go, okay, I could walk through this. I could take a little risk and set up my traps, cut the ring off, dig to the body, and wear Terence down over the rounds.
I'm just gonna tell you like this.
Mentality and skill set would make him a worthy competitor for Canelo. Bradley argued that Crawford's focus isn't just about the payday. He truly wants the fight, and his competitive nature sets him apart from others, like Jermall Charlo, who was reluctant to face Canelo. If the fight were to happen, Bradley...
They say like, no, that's 2 more weight classes. Like, once he gets touched by Canelo, it's going to be different.
I am concerned about him absorbing a Canelo punch, especially through the course of 12 rounds.
Believes Crawford would perform well, despite the significant weight disadvantage. He mentioned the risk of Canelo's power, but remained confident in Crawford's ability to outbox him, just like Mayweather did at a young age. Bradley also acknowledged that Canelo, who has faced bigger opponents, might take more risks in the ring. Still, he felt that Crawford could avoid Canelo's punches by using his superior movement and defense. While many doubted Crawford's chances due to the weight difference, Bradley believed Crawford could outsmart Canelo, making him miss and counter effectively. Bradley contrasted Crawford's approach with Charlo's, saying that Charlo didn't dare to be great against Canelo. Crawford, on the other hand, is determined to prove himself, and Bradley believes that's the key to him overcoming the challenge. While some fans are divided on whether Crawford can handle the size and power of Canelo, Sean Porter, who knows Crawford well, has expressed concerns. Nonetheless, Bradley remains confident in Crawford's abilities, stating that if the fight happens, fans will see something special.